The FarStar Company, Publishers, presents Coffee and Blood, Love Letters Between the Dead, Volume 5 of 5. If she's invisible, isn't every woman beautiful? I was working for NASA and was stationed at Caltech in Pasadena. The old credit union office on campus was in the basement of the Keith Spaulding building, and no one went down there unless they had to go to the credit union or the printing department. Why? Well, it was dirty, it was smelly, it was stuffy, and, oh yeah, it was haunted. Now, talking out loud about ghosts on a campus filled with scientists being the single most closed-minded people in the world, is just not done. Now, we all knew the basement was haunted, we just never talked about it. Me, not a scientist, more of an office temp, I didn't mind either way. The ghosts never bothered me, so I never bothered them. But this one day, I am in the credit union making a deposit. There is one other customer and 3 ladies behind the counter. The place was really small. The 5 of us basically filled the entire room. I was telling one of my usual self-deprecating bad jokes, and I guess the ghost just did not approve, because a standee on the counter in front of me, filled with brochures, went flying off of the counter and hit the ground next to me. And then it got interesting. Everyone who had been talking, laughing, telling jokes, including the lady I was talking to, suddenly were looking very intently at their hands, their paperwork, the tiles on the ceiling, anywhere except for the standee and the brochures on the floor. All talking stopped. Time did not stop. It just was put on hold, except for me. I am watching this happen around me. I have seen things leap across rooms many times, so that was no big deal. But these people were different. Why? I decided I had better do something, so I bent down, picked up the brochures, the standee, and put them back together. As I placed the standee back on the counter, time begins again. Now everyone is talking, laughing, telling jokes. Nothing happened, as far as they are concerned. So, I put these incidents together, and I wonder, if these things that I saw are common occurrences, things that are happening every single day all around us, and if we are all programmed not to notice them, what else are we not noticing? What else are we not seeing? And now, it's almost time for me to land in Christmas again. If by now you know my diaries, you can guess what I think of Christmas. It's left over from several thousand years ago, when the god Osiris was hacked to pieces by his brother Set. They were fighting over his wife, Isis, and hid his various body parts all over the world. Well, if Isis could find all of the bits, they had the science to bring her dead husband back to life. But Set hid the vital male organ, you might say, and without all of his parts, he could not be brought back to life, and so Osiris was truly dead. Wouldn't you be? So Isis, being a very practical wife, hung symbols of her now truly dead husband's vital male organ on pine trees as a tribute to him. Today, we hang ornaments on a Christmas tree. Oh, and by the way, Jesus was born on September 27th. Nice man, married his half-sister Mary, had children, partied with his half-brothers John and James, traveled a lot, thanks to the Romans who built roads and kept the empire safe for travelers, and his fellow Jews put him up on a cross. Funny thing is, Jesus was only up there for a few hours. As far as I remember, he had a nice long life. And since he was, in fact, the son of Julius Caesar, the Senate of Rome had declared that old Julius was indeed a living God. Turns out that Jesus really was the Son of God. But that was a different story. I was certain that Odessa had some of my answers. From the diaries of Jefferson Milton Davis. The FarStar Company Publishers presents Coffee and Blood, Love Letters Between the Dead, Volume 5 of 5. If she's invisible, isn't every woman beautiful?